Welcome to FRCMedia News for Thursday, December 6th, 2018. I'm Keith Tebow. Tonight we have an update on the federal court hearing today for Mayor Jaziel Correa. We also have a status report on the construction of the new BMC Durfee High School and a sneak preview of the Christmas display at the Fall River Historical Society. But as we do each week, we check in with the headlines of the week. We bring in Will Richmond, the digital news editor at the Herald News. Will, welcome back. How are you?
Good, Keith. Good to see you again.
Let's start off with our top story. Mayor Jaziel Correa, of course, facing a federal indictment in U.S. District Court in Boston, was today scheduled to appear before the court for an update and a status hearing on his charges, but looks like something got in the way and the hearing today was postponed. What happened?
Yeah, at some point this morning, the judge magistrate filed with the court that she was recusing herself from the case. This was Magistrate Judge M. Page Kelly. So in the filing with the court, she gave no specific reason. The section of judicial sort of law that it was under is very lengthy for potential reasons for why she could have recused herself. So at this point, that put a halt to the planned hearing for this morning, and we'll have to wait and see for when that will be rescheduled.
As you mentioned, there's been no indication on why Judge Kelly recused herself. You haven't learned anything since that this morning, have you?
No. We've made multiple calls to her clerk's office to try to see if there's a specific reason, but to this point, we haven't been given any official word for the decision.
So what's next? I would assume that the case will be, I guess, awarded to another judge in the district court or another magistrate?
Yeah, so a new judge magistrate has been assigned as of this afternoon, but nothing has been done in terms of rescheduling the hearing that had been scheduled for earlier today. So, at this point, we'd have to think there'll be some time for the judge to get caught up on the case. And with, holidays coming up and that sort of thing, it may be that we won't see anything happen in the courts until the new year at this point.
It's very interesting when court cases, be it on a federal level or even here in Bristol County, a lot of people would like to see these court cases move in a timely fashion, but there are always these obstacles that come into place, and here there's one for the mayor, so probably will be a slow-moving process as we head into 2019. In a related story yesterday in the paper, Will, one of the mayor's attorneys, Mark Berthume, with the law firm of Greenberg Traurig, withdrew as the counsel of record for the case. What do we know about this?
Yeah, again, no specific reason has been given, and there's been no sort of return for comment on the decision. So at this point, the mayor did have two attorneys in addition to Berthume, as you mentioned. He was also being represented by Kevin Reddington, a Brockton-based attorney. He's still retained Reddington, who now becomes his lead attorney in the case. And, we don't have a clear indication as to why Berthume decided to remove himself as Jaziel Correa's representation.
We know that in terms of this case, the mayor, people may remember earlier this year, the mayor created a legal defense fund that would help in any legal proceedings that he may face as he is mayor. Now, this case dealt with a charge that is alleged against the mayor prior to him becoming mayor, so he couldn't use that legal defense fund. A lot of people may be speculating that maybe Mayor Correa may not have the funds to pay for Attorney Berthume. Again, we don't know what the official case is, but have you heard anything else in that aspect of things?
Yeah, there hasn't been an update to his to the legal defense fund account on the campaign and finance website since September. He's not required to report expenditures. So at this point, if he's not bringing any money in, there'd be no reason to update it, but it will also wouldn't indicate if he's expended all of the funds within that account. Or as you mentioned, campaign and finance ruled he can't use that account for costs related to this lawsuit going forward. So it may be possible that even if he has money in that account, because he has to use his own personal funds for these attorney fees, that he just doesn't have the money to pay for both attorneys.
All right, we'll continue to follow the story as we go along. Let's move now to the Fall River City Council. The council met this week, and during its finance committee meeting prior to the full city council meeting, there was a discussion about snow removal within the city of Fall River. We had one snowstorm back in mid-November. Haven't had anything since thus far, but city council are asking questions about the city's readiness for the potential winter that is before us. And one of the things that was brought up was the fact that there are a number of city employees that receive stipends above and beyond their normal rate of pay that work on snow removal. And one of them was the mayor's chief of staff, Jen Andrade, who received last year $10,000 in a stipend, and that didn't sit well with some councilors, did it?
No, certainly, we're well aware at this point that some councilors in the mayor's office do not get along. So the news that she was receiving a $10,000 stipend, which was the highest of the stipends and even more than what the DPW, the now DPW employee, Director John Perry, was getting to oversee snow removal services, really seemed to irritate the council. And they also had questions in terms of where the funding was coming from for these stipends, because it had not been previously reported in budget reports delivered to the council.
There's actually a little bit of drama during the Finance Committee meeting as City Administrator Kathy Ann Viveras and Chief Financial Officer Mary Sahadi was speaking to the councils about this issue. They had asked Jen Andrade, who was in the chamber, to come speak about it. She did for a while, and then Mayor Correa himself came down to defend the stipend, and also asked the council. The council was looking for more information after City Administrator Kathy Ann Viveras had said that the city was actually saving money last year due to Jen Andrade's work. The City Council wanted more information, and the mayor is going to provide that, and the item was tabled. So a little bit of drama there with the mayor actually addressing the City Council during this hearing. Yeah,
certainly, they must have received word that this discussion was going on. I know that they occasionally will be watching the meeting from the 6th floor, and they may have been spurred to join the council or come down to the chambers as this discussion was going on. But certainly, they promised a sort of financial analysis to say why the money is deserved and how it's been earned by the chief of staff. But so we'll certainly see going forward, if they present that document.
All right. Finally, on our agenda this week, Will, we had the story a couple of weeks ago that the Fall River Redevelopment Authority had canceled its contract with former FROED, now Bristol County Economic Development Consultants, and Ken Fiola. There was a story this week by Joe Good about how now that that contract has been negated, that the city now has to take some of the burden on in terms of the economic development initiatives that has been ongoing by the BCEDC, as the Redevelopment Authority is still looking for an economic development director. And it looks like the city is trying to get itself up to speed, if you will, on some of these projects to make sure that they continue to move forward.
Yeah, so at this point, as that contract with the Bristol County Economic Development Consultants has been canceled, the expectation is they will be providing all of the documentation that they have had in relation to the Redevelopment Authority to the city, and then the city, so will take time for the city to begin reviewing those documents to catch them. But so city employees such as Kathy Ann Viveras can catch themselves up on those documents, see what's included in them, and essentially prepare to become the staffing agency for the Redevelopment Authority at this time.
Until there's an executive director, and that search continues. It's been a long search for that executive director, and nothing new on that to report this week?
No, at this point, they're on their third round of attempting to find a director. Round of interviews and finalists didn't produce a selection. A second call out hasn't produced anything, and now we're on to the third time.
All right, well, again, we'll continue to follow this as well. All right, Will, what's coming up over the next few days?
Well, we know that the giant cooling towers across the bay are coming down sometime in 2019. So we're taking a look at people that have been most affected by the towers, some residents in the area, and seeing what it will mean for those towers to come down.
Yeah, been there for quite some time, and I remember when they were constructed, and now they're going to be removed. And I also know, Will, that the Herald News is starting its end of the year push of recapping the year. We will do so as well between the Christmas and New Year holiday. And you're starting to promote potential finalists for Newsmaker of the Year. Is that correct?
Yes, so we have 5 nominees for Newsmaker of the Year. They include Congressman Joe Kennedy, Bishop Edgar DeCuna, of course, Mayor Correa, and the U.S. Attorney Andrew Lellin, sort of as a combo package. The youth school safety leaders, we had many from the area in that realm this year, and as well as actor Charlie Hunnam for the sort of excitement that was brought to the city. So at this point, we ask people to head over to heraldnews.com and cast their vote for who they think the Newsmaker of 2018 was.
All right, sounds good. Well, we'll talk again next week. Take care.
All right, it's good seeing you again, Keith.
We'll have more FRC Media News after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center. Clinical Supervisor, Bay Cove Human Services is in need of a full-time clinical supervisor to oversee the casework and professional issues of employees and address legal and ethical issues within mental health counseling. Job number 114-76423. Special Needs Teacher. The Fall River Deaconess Home, located at 259 Prospect Street, is looking for a full-time special needs teacher to work with clients who have a wide range of learning, mental, emotional, and physical disabilities. Job number 114-75247. Security Officer. Securitas Security Services USA Incorporated is looking for a full-time security officer to patrol an assigned client site in the Fall River area, providing security and safety of client property and personnel. Job number 114-74419. Bristol Community College, located at 777 Ellsbury Street, is looking to fulfill the following full and part-time positions. Director of Library and Learning Commons, job number 114-73702. Middle School High School Advisor, job number 114-75982. South Coast Health, located at 363 Highland Avenue, is looking to fulfill the following full-time positions. Anesthesia Technician, job number 114-77542. Respiratory Therapist, job number 114-72993. For more information on these or other positions, visit masshired.jobquest.detma.org or call the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
It's Christmas time in Fall River, and Fall River Community Media has a weekly rundown of some of the holiday events for children, adults, and families in the city. Colonial Museum Lafayette Durfee House has several holiday happenings on its calendar. On December 9th, stop by the house between 1 and 4 p.m. for a cup of holiday wassail. On December 15th, hear David Mello read The Night Before Christmas at 11:30 a.m. or watch a demonstration of 18th century chocolate making at 1:30 p.m. The next day, December 16th, make 18th century style tin Christmas ornaments with a tinner. The suggested donation is $5 per person. The other events are free. Lafayette Durfee House is located at 94 Cherry Street. For more information, call 774-322-1598. Fall River Historical Society hosts its annual holiday open house daily through December 30th, except for Christmas Day. The Victorian Christmas Extravaganza features lavish period-style decorations and elaborate themed Christmas trees and has been featured on Chronicle. Admission is free. The location is 451 Rock Street. For more information, call 508-679-1071. Calvary Temple invites the community to a live nativity with a twist, as told by the Grinch. With hay rides, live animals, marshmallow roasting, crafts, and more, this event will take place at 4321 North Main Street on December 14th and 15th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. and on December 16th from 5 to 7 p.m. Admission is free. For more information, call 508-676-3138. On December 15th, Creative Arts Network hosts the 4th Annual Festival of Trees from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Government Center. The festival features dozens of sparkling Christmas trees decorated by members of the Fall River community, along with activities for children, live music, a visit from Santa, a holiday shopping market, samples of food and candy, mistletoe making, and much more. Admission is free. For more information, visit creativeartsnetwork.org. Welcome back. Despite the cold weather, the new Durfee High School construction project is moving right along. Here's more from the city's Buildings and Grounds Director, Ken Pacheco.
So we are currently doing all of the underground work, some setup work for the spring, which we will be putting foundations in and footings. So the utilities, gas, electric, cable, all of those issues that need to be done way ahead of time are being done right now.
Now, is the winter going to stop any of the progress?
No, the reason why we're doing that work now is that we can work right through the winter. So the contractor's busy at doing that underground work. They're also building 2 parking lots, which will alleviate some of the loss of parking as we build the building. So they're building a new parking lot in the front of the main entrance and a new parking lot next to the football field.
And what's going on with the bells?
The bells are being taken down and being stored so that they will find their rightful spot in the tower as soon as the tower is built. So the tower itself that they're currently housed in will be moved to the south entrance of the football field.
The baseball field at North Park in Fall River's North End now has a sprinkling of maple and cypress trees.
The Fall River Street Tree Planting Program volunteers, plus students from Durfee and from Bishop Connolly, also members of the Rotary Club and the Little League members. And we planted a dozen trees at this ball field. Also, the weather wasn't great, but nobody complained one bit. It was a total cooperation and a wonderful experience.
And what's the purpose of doing the tree plantings?
Oh, it's good for the environment in so many ways. Water runoff, air quality, shade, and one of the things we try to do is educate people about that. A lot of people know already, but not everybody does know the benefits of trees.
I assume you stop for the winter and you start back up again in the spring?
We do, and actually we're going to probably try to squeeze in one more small planting with the weather it's iffy. But even late fall is not a bad time to plant because they do well over the winter. They're dormant, and with the cold weather, they do okay as long as you're not, trying to plant them in frozen ground. And then if you plant in the spring, again, earlier is better. It's if you plant them in late spring or summer that they're going to be stressed out from too much heat.
The food pantry at Citizens for Citizens on Griffin Street will not be open as much this month. Here's why.
With resources and spacing, it's really hard to keep both of them going at the same time because they are both really big programs. Our food pantry, at any given time we're open, we have at least 100 families walk through the door a day. Add that to all the toys we get in with over the 4,000 children getting toys, there's just not enough room for both of them.
So will this only be for the month of December?
It will be for the month of December. Our food donations have been down also, so I have a couple of days closed right now because we're out of food and I have to get more food in. So donations being down does make it hard. A lot of people do focus more on toys for Christmas than food pantries.
But there are other facilities in the city that offer food, right?
Yes, there are several other places to go. The major places in Fall River besides ourselves would be the Salvation Army. They're open on Tuesday and Thursday. You have St. Anne's Church, which is Saturday mornings. He is remaining open at this time. They are going to allow him to continue doing the food pantry. The Greater Fall River Community Food Pantry, that is now on Nashua Street, and they are also on Tuesday and Thursday, and they will all be open during December.
You said you're short on food donations. What's that about?
Well, there are so many food pantries in the area that people try to spread the wealth. In them spreading the wealth, it does give us less food, which is understandable that they're trying to make sure that all of us can stay open and provide meals, but it does shorten all of us at the same time.
We'll take a break and have more FRC Media News after this.
So today on Hot Dogs and Cool Cats, we have Meech. Meech is a 2-year-old Maltese. He is super high energy. He loves everything, loves people, loves just everything. He loves to play. He's a little ball of energy. Wow, oh my goodness, oh thank you. And he's a super love bug. He loves to play. So he will need to be groomed quite often and brushed out, I want to say every other day, if not daily. He is going to need walks like other regular dogs. He likes to think he's a bigger dog than he is. I can see him being great in a home with kids and dogs. If you guys are interested in Meech or any of our other animals or creatures, feel free to come visit us. We're open every day 11 to 4, besides for Wednesdays.
Today we have Jumper. Jumper here, he's just a few years old, 3 years, 8 months to be exact. As you can see, he's a bigger cat. He's 21 pounds, plus a few ounces. The reason why we call him Jumper, he's a little distracted right here, but a lot of the time when you go down to pet him, he goes right up on his hind legs and jumps up to meet your hand. It's pretty excellent. He's just good all around, got a good disposition. Despite his size, he is actually a surprisingly agile cat. So yeah, he's in good condition, despite the fact that he's, maybe has a few more pounds than he needs on him. So if you'd like to meet this awesome dude, come on down to 300 Linwood Street in Fall River, Massachusetts at Forever Paws Animal Shelter.
It's Christmas time in Fall River, and Fall River Community Media has a weekly rundown of some of the holiday events for children, adults, and families in the city. Colonial Museum Lafayette Durfee House has several holiday happenings on its calendar. On December 9th, stop by the house between 1 and 4 p.m. for a cup of holiday wassail. On December 15th, hear David Mello read The Night Before Christmas at 11:30 a.m. or watch a demonstration of 18th century chocolate making at 1:30 p.m. The next day, December 16th, make 18th century style tin Christmas ornaments with a tinner. The suggested donation is $5 per person. The other events are free. Lafayette Durfee House is located at 94 Cherry Street. For more information, call 774-322-1598. Fall River Historical Society hosts its annual holiday open house daily through December 30th, except for Christmas Day. The Victorian Christmas Extravaganza features lavish period-style decorations and elaborate themed Christmas trees and has been featured on Chronicle. Admission is free. The location is 451 Rock Street. For more information, call 508-679-1071. Calvary Temple invites the community to a live nativity with a twist, as told by the Grinch. With hay rides, live animals, marshmallow roasting, crafts, and more, this event will take place at 4321 North Main Street on December 14th and 15th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. and on December 16th from 5 to 7 p.m. Admission is free. For more information, call 508-676-3138. On December 15th, Creative Arts Network hosts the 4th Annual Festival of Trees from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Government Center. The festival features dozens of sparkling Christmas trees decorated by members of the Fall River community, along with activities for children, live music, a visit from Santa, a holiday shopping market, samples of food and candy, mistletoe making, and much more. Admission is free. For more information, visit creativeartsnetwork.org. The Fall River Historical Society is featuring its annual open house holiday display for December viewing. Assistant Curator Dennis Bennett explains the themes of several rooms, starting with the dining room.
In here, the theme this year is the cardinal, which is a much-loved bird in America and makes a perfect decoration for Christmas holidays because of the red, especially on this tree where the branches are flocked and the white snow makes a perfect background for the vibrant color of a cardinal. The music room has a traditional tree in it. It's, I believe, a 10-foot on a tabletop, so it reaches right up to the 14-foot ceilings in the parlor. It's decorated in blown glass ornaments in traditional shapes, figural ornaments actually, and it actually looks beautiful. It's got cornucopia filled with candies on it, and it makes a wonderful backdrop for Sunday, December 16th, which is when we have meet and greet Santa and Mrs. Claus from 9 to 12 in the morning. The bedroom tree is the upside down tree. Which is a really popular favorite. Last year we didn't put it up just to make things different, and a lot of people said, "Where's the upside down tree?" So it had to come back this year. It's decorated in very delicate style. It's a Marie Antoinette tree, actually, and it is very beautiful, but it almost looks like it's misty because it's got some lightly colored pastel gauze wrapped all around it, so it's a beautiful tree.
Is the Historical Society free at this time?
Yes, the admission this year is free. You can make a donation if you choose, and they're greatly appreciated because it costs a lot of money to put production through like this, so the generosity of any number of people can make it a lot easier on us.
That'll do it for this edition of FRC Media News. You can watch FRC Media News Thursdays and Fridays at 6 p.m., but online on our website 24/7, frcmedianews.org. We will leave you today with some highlights of last Saturday's holiday Christmas Children's Parade in downtown Fall River. Fall River is here at FRC Media News. I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Thursday.